Hi friends, Suzanne here. Welcome to another paper pumpkin alternative video on my YouTube channel and blog. If you're new to my channel, I want to say hi. This video will share alternative projects to stretch your paper pumpkin supplies. If you don't know what paper pumpkin is, click the link in the description box below and check it out. So come along with me as I attempt to create out of the box. Hi friends, this is the kit for December 2024. It's entitled Notes from the Heart. You can make 9 cards and 9 envelopes with this kit. I always like to show you what's in the kit before I share with you some alternative ideas. And it's just because sometimes the kits are a little, I don't know, simple. So you can zhuzh them up if you want. Recently, they started doing the artwork for the stamp sets on a different paper, so you can actually see what's going on. You can also cut those up and use them for sentiments. Okay, so we're going to start off with our card number 1. And I just want to say, I mentioned this in my last video, that this is a little Christmas present for you all because it's launching or posting on December 25th. And no one else is working, I tell ya, on YouTube anyway. So you can settle back. I hope you're having a lovely Christmas time. But I thought this is the earliest I have ever done a paper pumpkin alternative video. I'm on schedule. I can't believe it. So yeah, anyway, from my heart to yours, Merry Christmas. I hope you're spending some fun time with your family. So what I've done here is I have a piece of basic white. I have inked up with Daffodil Delight and then with, Flirty Flamingo. Just to make sort of an orange hue. I am spritzing on Crumb Cake and some Blackberry Bliss. And I just want to say, that's just putting the nib in the lid and pressing hard to flick the ink. Of course, you don't have to do this. Oh, and look at what happened. I always say that the, love-hate relationship with Seal Plus, I've actually ripped the paper. So this is what I do. I put a little bit of adhesive down and then I stick my adhesive on that because it's so sticky, it's never going to come off. Anyway, I put my card front on my this is Crumb Cake card base. So the only elements that I'm using for this card are the flowers and the embellishments and the label. So I'm going to share with you how I actually cut this particular bud off. And I will sort of speed through the other videos because when I do cut the flowers apart, you kind of figure out what I'm doing. I kind of just cut the leaves that are attached to that same flower, and I cut away the rest. And yes, there won't be a little white line that encompasses everything. I suppose if you wanted to, you could take a white pen, like a gel pen. I know that I use one from, what is it called? It's a Uniball Signo white pigment pen. I got it from Amazon, made by Mitsubishi. And sometimes you can make your own little white line if you wish, because I actually go right up to the edge of the flower on some of these cases, just to make it more uniform if it's bothering you at all. Sometimes it does me, but anyway, I am showing you what I actually do here, and then in the future, in the 2 other examples, I'll sort of breeze through it. I know that, well, first of all, these cards are very pretty just the way they are. So sometimes it's hard to find an alternative to go along with a card or to go along with the kit, because sometimes they've hit it on the mark. I remember doing alternatives because, or the reason why I started alternatives is because we're Canadian, and I remember getting some really specifically American like 4th of July kind of card kits. And I thought to myself, well, how, can I change this to make it more applicable for my country, right? And yeah, it was interesting because that's pretty much why I started alternatives, because it just didn't fit and I wanted to utilize the box, right? So Canadians aren't necessarily going to celebrate the 4th of July unless you're American living in Canada. So do you know what I mean? So no offense to any of my American neighbors. It just didn't fit with my vibe. So yeah, that's the reason why I started doing alternatives. And then sometimes, yeah, like I said, the paper pumpkin hits it out of the park. Okay, so I have a non-porous surface here that's just a piece of laminated grid mat, and I have taken my blending brush, and I think I'm using olive green here, old olive, and I'm just sort of tapping the ink on the vellum that comes in the kit. So I will cut these apart, and I'll cut them into 3 pieces, and basically I shape all the leaves to make them look like leaves. So you cut them apart and then sort of reshape them a little bit. And that's what I'm doing here. So I ended up, I don't know if you have this or not, but I'm going to utilize it. This is a silicone mat. I do a little zhuzh of glue, and then I just tap my leaf into the glue. So you could use a piece of plastic, you can use an extra piece of paper, or you can use the glue directly on your leaf. I choose to do it this way because I find with wet glue, less is more. So I put down the leaves first, and then now I'm just going to situate the flowers that I've cut apart. So these were raspberries and raspberry flowers. They're the prettiest. The flowers I put up on dimensionals, and the actual, well, are they blackberries? They're probably blackberries. Of course they're blackberries. They're not raspberries. Looks like raspberries though to me. Anyway, the berries I just put down with dry adhesive. And then here is I think it's a peony. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I put the big flower down with dimensionals, and then some more berries just with flat adhesive. And then the little flower, tucked right underneath, but on dimensionals. So there is my splay of flowers. And now some of the leaves that I trimmed off the big flower, I'm going to situate in under, like above my vellum, but under my berries. I hope that makes sense. And this one too, I trimmed off the end, and I just tuck it in to where I feel like it's going to go. So that is pretty much the arrangement. I'm using the happy birthday sentiment and this oval, which I think this all just comes in the kit. It has gold foil around it, so it's very pretty. And then I'm going to put that on dimensionals and tuck that in over top of the leafy bits, but underneath the things that are dimensionalized. And then here's some sparkling gems. Now the coordinating colors for this kit is Blackberry Bliss, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Pretty in Pink, Very Vanilla, and Gold. So that is how I came up with the background colors. I used Daffodil Delight and a little bit of Flirty Flamingo. So I'm staying within the kit's colors. And I used Old Olive for the vellum. And now this is something that it doesn't come with the kit. This is my Wink of Stella pen. There is sparkly juice in the pen, and I like to go over berries, and I like to go over flowers, and basically I like to go over everything. Sorry, I'm addicted. I don't know about you, but yeah, I think it adds just a little something, something. And my camera picks it up like crazy. Okay, moving on to card number 2. This is an extra piece of basic white, probably about 6 inches. And I started off with 2.5 inches wide. And then every ½ inch, I am drawing a pencil line. So this is so that I can stay even when I'm stamping. I'm going to do repetitive stamping on this. I'm pulling in some different colors because I want to do some ombre stamping. But of course, if you just had the one Blackberry Bliss color, you could do that, or you could stamp off, which is a good suggestion if you wanted to, say, do the same kind of thing that I'm doing for this card. And so I start off with Fresh Freesia, I move on to Berry Burst, and then I stamp with Blackberry Bliss, which came in the kit. These 3 colors are very harmonious. They already look like I've stamped off, except I don't have to. I'm using the sentiment that says lots of love, which I'm sending to all of you viewers who watch me regularly or who have been with me since the dawn of time. I remember some of you have commented that you started watching me when I started doing my mixed media projects way long ago. 10 years I've been on the YouTubes. So and speaking of that, I know that there's like half of you folks that aren't subscribed and that you just watch the video, and it really does help me out if you subscribe. So I would love for you to subscribe. I would love for you to thumbs up. It really helps. And of course, you guys, I would love to see which one of these cards that you like the best. So 1, 2, or 3. I'm always curious. Please put that in the comment below. I approve all of my comments, so I see all of yours and I answer back to every one of you. So anyway. Enough self-promotion here. Okay, so once all the ink has dried, I'm going in with my eraser and erasing my pencil line. As you can see, I varied the where my lots of love sentiment came from, so it looks like it was stamped off, or like it looks like I've just taken an excerpt from a piece of text. All right, so now I am just going to zhuzh up the corners a little bit. At this point, I seem to think that, oh, well, maybe this is too big. And after I like ink blend the edges, I go back and just take a look at what it looks like on the card, and it was indeed too big. So this initial piece was 2 inches, so or 2.5 inches, and I took off just that half strip. And that half strip is going on the inside of the card, so I didn't throw it away. My New Year's resolution is to, when I can, I would like to zhuzh up or ink up the inside of the card. So I'm hoping y'all will keep me on point with that. I think I used garden green with this one, this vellum ink. So again, just tapping on, and this is Blackberry Bliss. And again, I'm doing the splatter method, the nib in the marker lid and flicking very hard. And then I know it doesn't seem like it, but because I edited it out, but I do go back and just sort of give my table a wipe so that my white card does not sit on a splattering of ink. So I will sort of zhuzh up this card. I will sort of remove the leaves and make them so that it works for me, looks appealing to my eye, and adhering them. I used tear tape, I think, that came in the kit for this one, but I could use my dry adhesive if I want to. I put this about 1/2 inch from the edge. And I was actually thinking of stamping lots of love on that 1/2 inch side, but then I thought it would be too busy, and you're getting the gist of it, really. So these berry flowers are up on dimensionals, and I just adhere it down. So if you make any errors in stamping, you can always cover it with a little flower or something, and that's what happened here. I made a little mistake. I didn't press down all the way, and I didn't get a good impression with one of the fresh freesia lines, so I'm just covering it with some flowers. And that is pretty much card number 2. I zhuzh it up with a little bit of embellishments, and there you go. And then here's another little instance. I took tear tape on that back half, or that little piece that I cut off, probably in about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, which I think is really cute, actually. And then I trim off the excess. So nothing went to waste here, and that's what I like about the cards. Just trying to use up everything. So that's alternative number 2. And of course I creased the edge with my bone folder. Moving on to card number 3. This is the simplest one of the bunch. So I'm using a plaid 3D embossing folder. This is, it's something that Stampin' Up sells. I'm also using a smoky slate for my card base. I will be honest, I did not like the scallop cards that came in the kit, or I just don't like those circular scallops. I don't know. It's me. If you like them, that's fine. They're just not my thing. So I chose to use a different color card base, and so, I guess it just has its place. I don't know why I don't really dig it. So anyway, I put my plaid down. I adhered that to my smoky slate base. I'm putting a adhesive X on the front. I put my vellum pieces down. I'm deciding on how that looks. I will pick up and move. I always do this. You probably don't see it. I edit a lot of my decision making out so that the videos are quick, but every once in a while I leave it in so that you can see of my decision making. Does my little circle that has the sentiment on it, is it covering too much? Is it not covering enough? I did put that on with dimensional adhesive, and then I go in with the embellishments, and of course I cover the berries with Wink of Stella and the flower with Wink of Stella. I am generous with my embellishments. And that's all I have to say, you guys. I wish you a very Merry Christmas. And for those of you who are celebrating with family, I hope you have a good time. I hope you enjoy watching this afterwards. And for those of you who are home alone, I feel you, and I see you, and I'm glad I'm here for you to at least entertain you for 20 minutes or so. Thank you guys so much for watching, thumbs upping, and doing all the YouTubey things. I appreciate you so much. I will see you again soon. Bye for now.